Hello, everyone. My name is Clemia Ross, and today my message is called My Son May Go to Be with the Lord Soon. And if you've been following my videos, you know the recent trouble that we've been having with my son getting arrested, and he's now in a psychiatric hospital where he has been admitted. Not only that, yesterday a police officer dropped off what is here as a restraining order. The girl and her mother got a restraining order against my son, so he can't be anywhere near the school or the property or the library or the playground where this girl is, or anywhere near her for 3 years, or not that he'd be around her anyway, but they got a restraining order against my son. And you know what was sad is that my son was a sacrifice here. You know, we've gone to the school. We've been in the school since he was very young. When I first moved over here back in 2006, I didn't know what we were going to face. I just thought I was moving to a nice suburb where my children could thrive and have a chance and opportunity to go to a good school and get a good education. I thought it was a good place to live. And I started seeing so much evil. The Lord was showing me things, how children were in bondage, and He made my son a sacrifice. I didn't know it then, but my son became a sacrifice. And he was always a good boy. He might have did mischievous things like any other boy, but he brought joy to our lives. He was my only son, and he was the youngest, and he was just so funny. He was a funny boy. He had an outgoing personality. He was always the type that would share with people and look out for others, and he was just a joy to be around. And the enemy destroyed my son. When he went to the school here at Richmond Heights, I made videos of how, these teachers started out with destroying him. They did things to him in the classroom, mistreated him, discriminated against him, attacked his brain. And the Lord was showing me, I didn't even know all this time. My son would complain about headaches for years, and I didn't know what was going on. And he went from being very smart and intelligent to having problems concentrating, having problems comprehending, not knowing anything. And I didn't know what was going on until the Lord finally revealed to me that, they had destroyed his frontal lobe and had destroyed his brain. They were attacking him in the classrooms, doing sorcery on him, attacking him. Because they didn't want black males to thrive, especially anointed males. My son was an anointed prophet. He was a servant of God, and God had His hand on him. And my son, he was a sacrifice. So they attacked him. The devils in them attacked him. These people, they would pit children up against him. Like I said in the last video, he was getting bullied, called dumb. My son would come home and ask me. He was tired of being called dumb. I remember one time he was 8 years old. He came home to me and told me they were all bullying him at the playground, the boys, calling him names and wouldn't play with him. He said he didn't cry this time. And I felt bad hearing him say this time he didn't cry, like he felt so brave. He was subjected to so much abuse, and a child should not have to do that. All he wanted to do was be a child. I mean, I look at it, he still likes stuffed animals. And I got this little stuffed animal for him. He sleeps with it every night. He was just a normal boy. He was a kid. All he wanted to do was have friends and go to school like any other child and play sports and be accepted by his peers. And evil, wicked people who are controlled by Satan, or who are out to get their victuals, who place value over materialistic things, set out to destroy his life. And my son was the sacrifice. People who were vengeful and spiteful and resentful because they didn't have a mother who cared about them set out to ruin him and destroy him. People like my father and his biological father. All these people pitted up against my son, my one son, to destroy him. And so now his life is ruined. I'm quite sure he'll be expelled from the school. I'm not sure yet. I contacted the school, but I haven't heard anything back. But since he has this restraining order out against him, he can't go to the school, I'm quite sure. Not only that, he was looking forward to, like I said yesterday, in yesterday's video, the other video I posted previously, he was looking forward to playing, sports. He wanted to run track. He was about to have that opportunity. It was snatched away from him, all his hopes and dreams destroyed. They were also going to take a field trip to Cedar Point in May. He'd never gone to Cedar Point before. He's looking forward to that too. I don't know. No mother wants to see their child ruined and destroyed. And when I felt it in my spirit that my son's going to take his life, I already had these dreams that he was going to try and hurt himself. I preferred it. So he doesn't have to suffer anymore. Because he was just a child. He was just a child. And they drove him insane. They attacked him so much they destroyed his brain. They ostracized him, mistreated him, dealt unfairly with him, let kids bully him and abuse him. The girl who went around called him a pedophile and rapist and shaming him and humiliating him in front of other children. There were no consequences against her. They had a restraining order filed against my son, but my son didn't have any rights. He wasn't protected. He told the teachers no one did anything. But she wrote him a letter. A letter saying she was just joking around. I don't know how you could see destroying someone, slandering them, and ruining their reputation, humiliating them, and shaming them in front of people, spreading lies about them could be seen as joking around. But I hope the school accountable, not the young lady. Even though she's old enough to know better, and her parents should have taught her better. The thing is, the school did nothing to protect my son. And that's the thing. Everyone has rights, except us. People can come in here, destroy our lives, do whatever they want to us, attack my son in the classroom, ruin his brain, tease him, pick on him, bully him, reject him, ostracize and humiliate and shame him in front of people. They can come in here, send demons and demonic spirits to attack us, cause my son to attempt to commit suicide, do things to control his brain, steal from us, oppress us, rape us, abuse us. All these things happened to me and my family, but we didn't get any justice. There's no restraining order to protect us from those who hurt us every day. And the only person I can turn to is God, but you know what? He offered us up as a sacrifice so he can help these people and save them. So we really have no one to protect us. So I'm glad, if my son ends up going, yes, I'm going to be hurt, because I love him dearly. But I'd rather him go to be with the Lord than sit here on this earth and live a life in bondage and suffering constantly, to be shamed and labeled as somebody who's crazy, or have people look at him down in shame, calling him names and saying he's dumb and stupid, or have him live in a bondage where he's stuck inside of a house with nothing to do or nowhere to go because people attack us and oppress us every day. They can destroy all of our physical possessions, take my money, attack me and harass me on jobs. We've gone through so much. And I cry out to God because he says he's a God of judgment and justice. It says that in his Bible. But I've yet to see justice on our behalf. When my son was taken out of this house, put in a group home for 18 months and subjected to sexual abuse and mistreatment, where was the justice for that? Who got justice for my little boy? Who got justice for my daughter? So yeah, I'm tired of seeing my son suffer. He's stuck inside of a psychiatric hospital, walking around in one little room. God didn't create him for that. He was supposed to thrive. But they wouldn't let him. The devil's people control this world, and they would not let him thrive. And so, I had to lose my son. Because people have been evil and wicked and filled with pride and hatred and jealousy and destroyed an innocent child. He was just a boy. Just like Emmett Till, he was just a boy too. And hatred destroyed him. Yeah, my son wasn't murdered. Not physically anyway. But he was given a slow, torturous death. He suffered. And I'm just ready for his suffering to end. I don't want nothing to happen to him. But what does he have left? Ask yourself, you're 15 years old, and everything been taken away from you. You've been shamed, separated from your family. Your sister was taken out of the home. You can't see her. You were sexually abused, locked away, all you had to look forward to, put in group homes. Bullied in school, teased, made to feel shame for being dumb. Can't participate in play sports or have friends like other people. Have people calling you names, calling you ugly, mess with you, had all your looks taken from you, have everybody oppressing you. He feels hopeless. And I know how my son feels. He just doesn't talk about it much because he's quiet. I know how he feels on the inside. I hate that God made my son a sacrifice that he made our entire family. A sacrifice for people who probably would never come to him. That hurts. But he gets pleasure in that. He set my son out there as bait and let the sharks rip him to pieces like a pack of wolves. And that's what they did. They devoured him. They destroyed my son. And I want justice. Who's going to get justice for our behalf? Who's going to get justice for us? There's no one to stand up for us or fight for us. There's no one to issue a restraining order against our perpetrators who come and ruin us. Yeah, the young lady who wrote the letter was very kind, and, we accept your apology. I don't know if my son will, but a letter is not going to change the damage that was done to him. My son he's been destroyed. All he wanted to do was go to school. He had a promising life. He was very intelligent. I remember when he would take things apart at 3 years old. 2 and 3 years old, he would take apart my stereo just to see how it looked on the inside and how it worked. He was working computers at the age of 3. He was just so intelligent until they ruined and destroyed his brain. It took everything from him. And had the audacity not to want him to come to their school. Had the audacity to blame him and target him his entire life. Yeah, you paid millions of dollars for that school with the souls and lives you sacrificed. That school isn't yours. The lives and minds and the brains you took to get that school. That school belongs to God and his children. And like I prophesied before, you didn't want my child at that school to the point you really wanted to keep him out of that school so badly that you set him up to be destroyed. Well, you got what you wanted. But you're going to lose it now, everything. I don't know when it will happen, but I prophesied a lot of things. They've come forth. You messed with an anointed prophet. He was a child of God. Yeah, God gave you a chance. He gave you ample mercy and ample chances because he wanted to save your soul. But all of those who destroyed my son and destroyed my family, you will have your day. Your day is coming. Everyone who did all these things to hurt him. I love him so much. I love you, Desmond. You were so strong. And I'm proud of you. No matter what anybody says, I'll always be proud of you. Say hi to Tell.
Hi, Tell.
Cherish, come say hi to Tell.
I don't see her.
She's not here. This is a video you're making for her. She's in school. Hi, Tell. Say hi to Tell.
Hi, Tell.
It's a nice day. Cherish has her bag of popcorn.
That's what that vampire teeth been blood.